Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and this time I bring the repair of an iron. In this case it is a Hamilton, but practically all of them have the same thing. The mistake is that you practically pour water on everything, throw steam in everything, but sometimes it heats up. Sometimes it does not heat up. This happens because of two failures, or it is good for three practically, or it is the card, or it is the platinum, or it is the cable that can be the plug, or just where the cable comes out of the iron there they come to crack to discard the wiring. Here I have it connected. That's what the card does, and it's working well. If the cable was wrong when moving the cable or pulling it, the bulb would go out, or the other one, when pulling you would feel the pull and you would feel how the cable breaks by. Inside then this apparently the cable is fine. If you see that it already pulls the cable, that still tries to clean it, that I'm going to do. The other fault is the platinum cleans your platinum in this case if you don't want to continue watching the video. Don't worry, I already told you more or less the solution. Since this is a video a little long, well, not so long, it's 12 minutes, but compared to the ones I upload, it's long because there are several details that I want to give you when it comes to disassembling an iron, whether it is Tefal or this one, because of the brand that it is, Valo. Then all these types of plates in the back almost always come by staples. This type, not all of them are disassembled, each one is disassembled in a different way, but the principles are the same. Here there are always to have a little charosquita without a sharp and without a point for what not to damage when opening the appliances. That will thank you a lot, customer. Now we remove the 4 screws, or 3 or 2 or 1 as it comes, and if the lids are always pulled towards the back, that is always, or there is only one that they rotate, that are the Rockwenter and the Tefal. If it has Rockwenter and Tefal, are a little more complicated to disassemble when they bring the self-entangling cable. If they are not those, there is no good problem here, since what is still to be done is we already remove the back part. Then now we are going to remove what is the pompadour from the top. To remove that, you always remove the buttons with a charosquita. It can be with stitches, without a tip, just doing it a little bit. And avoid breaking them. You start to put screwdrivers or something is going to break, you can do it with a cutter. You may remove the edge of the cutter and make like a curve, like a thin spatula. Then that's it. Now the next thing is to remove a screw that they always bring here in the center. Yes, practically all the plates bring it. That one will never be lost. They bring one or they bring 2, but they almost always bring 1, and then, by bad luck, it almost always comes well rusty. Don't worry, you can blow it up and then you remove it with tweezers and you put it back. You put one back in good. Then since we remove this, if you look at it, quite a lot, there are very few things what it brings. Now here where you pour the water there low, it brings a silicone. That gummy is removed from here where you open where the hole is here, and remove those screws. And the other 2 back here, I already removed them, and I am also going to remove the wiring to prevent all the wiring from dragging on me right now that I do cleaning, so it is quite easy. The card also, when it is not useful, it can be annulled, or it can be changed or repaired later. I will upload a video about that, but this is a job that you can do at home, since you only need a cross screwdriver, the charosquita, a cutter, and a sandpaper, or the sandpaper. You can buy it. After all, it is a sandpaper. The sandpaper that deals with it is a sandpaper 1000 or 1200 up to 2000. You can have a lower grammage, not because it will damage the platinum. Now since we remove all that, try to clean all the couplets, the gummies, the packages. Try to clean them well. There are times that they have a little bit of lint, a hair or something. Try to clean all these parts that you are seeing in the video, so that your iron works well and has an optimal functioning at the time to put the steamer. If there are no times that it can stay open and throw water or things of that type, and well, now stop. What we are going to remove all your pieces and candles accommodating on one side, that you do not lose them, because for a single piece you will be it can present a fault. Then here it has 3 screws. It has 1, 2 and the top. The third one reaches us to see the video, but it has the third and we have to do it. We have to remove them. Since we remove the 3, we lift the lid, and if we can see, then if we can see, get to see this dust, well, trash, you get to see this fluff. Is on this occasion it is very clean compared to how most are, but well, here what you have to do is with a brush or with whatever you can possibly do, it is clean all this. Check that these pieces are also not covered, because if they are covered, it may be that the steam or anything else that fails you no longer comes out. Well, we only remove them, we give them a super good cleaning. Remember, as I say, clean. In this case this is Actuator, what you can do there, just this, straighten it with heat, but with a lot of heat because it is silicone, or the other one you put silicone to prevent it from throwing water. When you are already working to clean these plates, what you have to do is cut a little piece of sandpaper of about 1 centimeter, or if you can of 1/2 centimeter, and already the length of about 10 centimeters, and bend it so that it is 1/4 centimeter. Well, since you clean all this, always try to either with a brush big. Here in this case I'm going to blow it. There are times that it is not advisable to blow them when they bring plague and they are very modern and have diodocina or baristas. That is, this is already as it is. There are times that already very crystallized, you put a lot of air in. It blows them away or thunders them. In this case, no, in this case it still has a resistance or thermal fuse or thermal resistance as you know it, which is the one that goes in that straw-like white. And well, this is the platinum. Look here, you can see that it goes down and it goes up, but if you can see very little, they look like pebbles that makes it suddenly spark and not make good contact and then not hot. Then what is done is put in the sandpaper just as you are seeing it, and it is given open passes. And then closed so that to clean everything and leave the platinum perfectly without pills and perfectly smooth so that it works well when it comes to passing voltage. Look here, you can even see that now it does look better, that the back looks no longer they see balls and nothing, and it enters, and you can even hear a little more the click, since you couldn't hear the click right now. If you hear it, look, you saw, if that one can't be heard or you can't hear that click, then practically your platinum is no longer useful because it's already the bimetal that it brings, or the thermal material that it brings to make the bend, is already overheating. Then it is already losing its property of bending, and there what I recommend is to change it. All the platinums are sold. In this case it brings long platinum. Those platinums cost you about 150 for account and shipping. Then it depends on where you buy it. It can cost up to 60 pesos depending on where you buy it. Now we proceed to assemble. For the assembly, it should be easier for you since you disassembled and removed few pieces. Then here I do nothing. I'm going to put it together faster because to prevent it from getting faster and longer the video, because we squeeze on the fly since it's all tight. We're going to put the top cover on the top cover. When you put this white base, remember that there where go platinum, you should have removed this little black foot. Remember, if not it will not regulate you. Then this is what always put everything to one side and everything is done to the right or everything to the left as you want. Well, here I'm going to put what it is a little silicone to prevent the water from leaking out, since the customer also told me that a little water drained from one side and that error was from the factory. So I tell you that this iron, it's not so old, but it was a factory error that when assembling it went wrong and already had factory errors. Well, now we just have to put it like this. If you did the steps as I told you, it should go in easily. So look, you saw then. And here we can already see that, well, it has already settled. We are practically at 80% of the repair. Remember that if you like my content, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to support me by joining the channel, well, I would appreciate it a lot. Also this one, remember that all your doubts, they will be answered in the comment box. There are times that it is already difficult for me to respond since they are quite a lot. Here we already put screws and we are practically on our way out. As I tell you, it is already difficult for me to respond to comments since then they reach me up to 400 in a day. So it's very difficult for me, but I try to do it. And don't go away, and you're still watching the video, because at the end I'm going to give you a tip to clean what is the base of the irons, and that tip is quite common too. Although it looks a little wild, it is quite common when it comes to repairing the irons because it removes the base, as you cannot uncover what is the base where the water enters. So with this cleaning you will be quite clean. The la. Iron. Later I will try to make a video of how to clean your iron, so this is to avoid pouring vinegar on it and that kind of thing comes out so well. We put what this is, this little cap that practically you are already seeing how it goes, how it is being assembled. And Well, only remember the screws when they are in plates when I arrive, and by far 1/8 of a turn, because as it is plastic it gets damaged very easily. Then it is better to try to make it just 1/8 of turn, and here the little buttons or the push of the steam and the spray, then check that they enter as I am putting it and that they do this movement. If they do not do this movement, practically they are no longer useful either. They can also be repaired the same later. I will make a video about that, and now this is the easiest thing. As soon as you close the back, this is no longer lost. You already do it, and well, we already have the iron that we already put to heat and it is turning on quite well. So now what we have to do is in a bucket or in a jar, put a little water on it to cover about 15 centimeters of water, so that because now that the iron is very hot, we are going to put the base of the iron a little in the water, and that will make it release with the heat and everything will make it release all the lint that is on the inside. Also, what you can do, there are many irons that bring self-cleaning. In this case you press them there, it is also bring it from that side. On the left side you pour your water on it to the maximum and you press that button and start throwing a lot of water with dirt. But there are times when there are not many irons that do not bring it. In this case then you do this and look at the water was clean, and now what is going to be a base of dirt at the bottom. Do not put all the iron is just the pure little tip. Look how the trash is already visible on the bottom, and so that's what you have to do repeatedly so that you have a super clean iron on the inside. Avoid pouring vinegar on it. Avoid throw all this kind of stuff. And well, I hope you liked it. If you liked it, then like it, comment, share, subscribe, and see you until next time. Ciao.